Today's lesson is called The Black Poodle. Hello everyone, my name is Jeff.
My name is Roger, and today we're going to continue to summarize our featured story for the month of June, The Black Poodle. This story came out over 100 years ago by an old English writer by the name of F. Anstey, and this story was published back in 1884. I did try to read this story before our lesson, the actual original story. I would not recommend this if you're learning English as a second language. If you're interested in literature, yes, it's very well written. It's very eloquent, but if you just want to have everyday conversation with people, I'd probably avoid the original story and just listen to our summary.
Yeah, I have noticed, even in our synopsis of this story, that some of the language is quite complicated. I remember last time the third paragraph of our story began with this line, "Then the terrible event, which began thus, happened." Now, that's very wordy and verbose. You could probably just say, oh, then the terrible event occurred. You don't need all this extra language, but sometimes when people are writing stories, they do like to use flowery, poetic language. Anyways, we are still talking about the black poodle, and apparently this black poodle, Bingo, is now dead. Yes, at the end of our story last time, the narrator had mistaken Bingo for a cat, and yes, he shot Bingo by mistake, but instead of telling the Currys what he had done, he just buried Bingo, the dead Bingo, there in his garden. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the second part of our story. We'll do so right after this.
While the Colonel grieved over Bingo's disappearance, I feigned concern. However, Lillian detected my insincerity. She said she could never love an insincere man, and to prove my sincerity, I had to find Bingo.
各位好，第一部分我们看到动词 feign 指假装、装作。例如 Lucy feigned that she was sick, so she didn't have to go to school. Lucy 假装她生病好逃避上学。另外补充一个相关动词 pretend, P-R-E-T-E-N-D, pretend 意思是假装。举例来说 I knew what had happened, but I pretended that I had no idea. 我知道发生了什么事，但我假装不知道。
Okay, let's summarize the first part of today's lesson, shall we? It begins by saying, while the Colonel grieved over Bingo's disappearance, I feigned concern. However, Lillian detected my insincerity. Okay, so yes, as you might expect, the family were pretty bummed out about this. They were very sad, so the Colonel grieved over the disappearance of Bingo. So here we've got the verb to grieve, oftentimes used together with the preposition over. To grieve over something. To grieve over the death of your grandparents, for example. To grieve here just means to be very, very sad, especially if something or someone died.
Yeah, if you grieve, you show grief. G-R-I-E-F. Yeah, the verb is grieve. The noun is grief. Anyways, yes, it says the Colonel grieved over Bingo's disappearance. So yes, Bingo, they don't know where Bingo is. They don't know if Bingo is dead or alive. All they know is that Bingo is gone, or that Bingo has disappeared. Yes, here you can either say that Bingo has disappeared, or you can say that the Colonel is grieving over Bingo's disappearance.
Right, so yes, the Colonel was very sad about the disappearance of Bingo, but I feigned concern. Here, feign, F-E-I-G-N, feign, means to pretend, to act a certain way when you don't really feel that way. So yes, I feigned concern. I pretended to be concerned about the loss of Bingo. Oh, I'm so sorry, your dog has disappeared. Maybe it ran away. Maybe someone took it away because it's a black dog, and some people say black dogs are good to eat, or maybe it got run over by a large truck or something like that. Who knows? But yeah, I'm very concerned. I'm very sad for you, even though inside my heart I was thinking, oh, I'm so glad that black poodle is gone.
So he feigned concern. And then Lillian, well, She detected my insincerity, the narrator says next. So she picks up on this. She's thinking, you know what? I'm calling your bluff. You're actually not that sincere. You're not sincere when it comes to your grief for Bingo. I don't like this one bit. Yeah, Lillian, she said she could never love an insincere man. And to prove my sincerity, I had to find Bingo. So yes, I don't buy it. I don't think you're actually grief-stricken over the loss of Bingo. No. You're insincere, so you need to prove to me your sincerity, or else I'll never love you. That's what Lillian is saying here, that the narrator needs to prove his sincerity.
Yep, it's all about sincerity and insincerity. So let's talk about sincerity first. That means basically you mean what you say. People believe you and they really think that you feel this way. If you're sincere, yes, you are showing genuine feelings for something. Oh, yes, I'm so concerned about your disappeared dog. Where could it have gone? That sounds sincere to me, but insincere, yeah, I'm very concerned about your missing poodle. Gee, I wonder where it went. I'm being a little sarcastic there, but that, of course, gives you an example of insincerity. You don't mean what you say.
Oh, yeah, what was the dog's name again there? Oh, Bingo, yeah. Oh, what a great pooch that was. What a great dog. Yeah, that's being insincere. You want to be sincere. When people hear you say something, they believe it, okay? They know that you mean what you're saying there. Anyways, folks, let's go ahead and take a short break. But when we come back, we'll read some more from The Black Poodle.
Days later, I came across a flyer stating that a black poodle had been found. I went to the address provided, and there a man, Blegg, showed me the poodle. It looked identical to Bingo. I said I was its owner, left my card, and brought the dog to the Currys. The following day, the Currys came over with the poodle to express their gratitude. I took the opportunity to propose to Lillian, and she said yes. I was overjoyed, as all my problems seemed over. Suddenly, the poodle began barking at a man outside.
第二部分我们看到单字 flyer 这个字是名词，指广告传单。例如 This flyer says that all store prices will be marked down on Saturday for a one-day sale. 这张传单说周六会有一日大特卖，全店商品都会打折。另外，这个字除了上面的意思，还可以指搭乘飞机的旅客，像是 My sister is a frequent flyer due to her job nature. 我姐姐因为工作性质的缘故，经常搭飞机。再来，我们看到形容词 identical， 意思是完全相同的，一模一样的，像是 be identical to 加名词，就表示和完全相同。举例来说 When I walked into class, I saw my classmate wearing a shirt that was identical to mine. 当我走进教室，我看见我同学穿着跟我一样的衬衫。另外，这个字除了上面的意思，还可以指同卵的、同源的，像是Janice and Jamie are identical twins. Janice 和 Jamie 是同卵双胞胎。接着我们看到单字 overjoyed， 这个字是形容词，意思是欣喜若狂的，喜出望外的。例如 Danny was overjoyed to hear that his wife is pregnant. Danny 听到他老婆怀孕后欣喜若狂。另外补充几个用 over 当字首的单字。字首 over 表示超过、过度的，在上方。第一 overweight O-V-E-R-W-E-I-G-H-T overweight 这个字是形容词，指超重的，像是 If a dog is overweight, it will have many health problems. 如果狗狗超重，它会有很多健康上的问题。第二 overtired O-V-E-R-T-I-R-E-D overtired 这个字是形容词，指过度疲劳的。举例来说 Brad has been working very hard and he's feeling overtired these days. Brad 一直很努力工作，而他最近觉得过度疲劳了。第三 overlook O-V-E-R-L-O-O-K overlook 这个字是动词，意思是俯瞰。我们可以说 Our house overlooks a wide river and a pretty park. 我们的房子俯瞰一条宽宽的河和一座美丽的公园。
Okay, so our narrator needs to prove his sincerity so he can win Lillian's hand in marriage. But how can you do that? I don't think he's really sincere here because I think he really does hate that black poodle and he's happy that it's gone, that it's dead. So he has to really be a good Oscar-winning actor here to convince Lillian that he is sincere. But days later, I came across a flyer stating that a black poodle had been found. A flyer is something that people pass out maybe during the noon hour when you've left your office and you're going out looking for some place to eat. There might be somebody down there passing out these shiny, colorful pieces of paper for a new restaurant with some really great dishes that you can try there. So those are flyers there, little bits of information printed on a piece of paper. And so he saw this flyer. Maybe it was posted on a wall or something like that, but it did say that a black poodle had been found. So maybe he can go find this poodle and give it back to the Currys and everything will be okay.
One way or another, the narrator came across a flyer. Okay, now next the narrator says, I went to the address provided on the flyer there, and there a man, Blag, showed me the poodle, and get this, it looked identical to Bingo, i.e. it looked exactly the same, okay? This new poodle looks about the same or looks identical to Bingo.
Yeah, some twins look identical. They look exactly like each other. So this poodle looked exactly like Bingo. It was identical. I said I was its owner. I left my card and brought the dog to the Currys. Okay, hopefully this will convince the Currys that this is their beloved dog and everything will go back to normal. Now, the following day, the Currys came over with the poodle to express their gratitude. So I guess they bought it. They believe that this poodle is actually their beloved Bingo. They wanted to express their thanks or their gratitude. If you express your gratitude, you express your most sincere thanks.
Currys, they came over. They wanted to express their gratitude. Oh, thank you. You saved the day. How awesome. Now, next, the narrator says, I took the opportunity to propose to Lillian, and she said yes. Now, I should remind you all of this right now. The narrator, he's lying to everybody here, okay? Further, he also hunts cats at night, so he's not really a nice guy, and here he's now, in the middle of his lie, he's now going to propose to Lillian as well. Gosh, I don't know if I like this guy, but one way or another, at the time here, Lillian says, yes, I'll marry you. Thank you for finding Bingo. You're the greatest guy in the world.
Yeah, he does sound like a typical low-life character to me, but I guess Lillian is believing his sincerity now. She's going to marry a sincere man, and he was overjoyed. He was really, really happy as all my problems seemed over. The dog is gone. I killed the dog. Maybe I got some cats in the process, but still, I won Lillian's hand in marriage. Suddenly, the poodle began barking at a man outside. So there's another sound a dog makes. We talked about growling, and we talked about biting, but now we're talking about barking. Bow, wow, wow. Ruff, ruff. That's what dogs do when they're excited or when they're just trying to be a general nuisance.
That's the growl. Ruff, ruff, ruff. That would be the bark. So here this dog is barking at a man outside. Interesting. Anyways, this person was overjoyed. They were just beside themselves with positivity and good feelings. They were super happy. They're going to marry Lillian there, and all the problems seem like they're going to go away. But then suddenly, something happens. Yes, everyone, the other shoe is about to drop. Yes, this person's house of cards is going to collapse right after this. Yes, let's go ahead and take a short break. But when we come back, we'll wrap up our story.
The man said the poodle was his. To prove it, he showed me the card I'd given Blag and commanded the dog to play dead. It happily obeyed. There was no choice but to return the poodle. Before leaving, the man mentioned his dog had dug a hole in my garden and apologized. At the insistence of the Colonel and Lillian, we went over and saw a hole exactly where I'd buried Bingo, whose body lay exposed. "It looks like Bingo," Lillian cried. Finally, I confessed. As Lillian walked away, I knew I'd lost her forever.
最后第三部分，我们看到形容词 exposed 指暴露的、裸露的，像是 Children are often exposed to images of violence on TV. 孩童常暴露在电视的暴力画面影响下。另外，这个字去掉字尾 d， 就成了动词 expose， 意思是使暴露于、使接触到。例如 The journalist received an award for exposing corruption in the government. 那名记者因揭露政府贪腐而获奖。再补充一个相关片语 expose yourself to 表示让自己接触……我们可以说 It is good to expose yourself to fresh air whenever you get the chance. 一有机会就让自己接触新鲜空气是很好的。
All right, let's talk about the third and final part of today's lesson. Remember, the new poodle is barking at a man outside. Now, the man said the poodle was his. Hey, that's my dog. And to prove it, the man showed me the card I'd given Blag and commanded the dog to play dead. Okay, so remember when the narrator went to check on the dog, he gave the man, Blag, his card, his business card or whatever. So now the man knows where to find the narrator here because he's got the card. This is where my dog is, and I'll tell you, I'll prove this dog is mine because I'm going to command the dog to play dead. Play dead! And so when you say that to a dog, usually they lie on the ground and pretend that they're dead. Dogs do other kinds of tricks too. You can get them to sit or shake paws or maybe jump through a loop or something like that or catch a frisbee. There are different fun things you can do with your dog.
Yeah, but usually if you have got a highly trained animal or a dog, that dog will only obey its master, the person who trained that particular dog. So here this person walks up, says, this is my dog, and then proves it. Okay, play dead, and the dog obeyed. It happily obeyed because this man, this person, is the dog's master. So there you go. This dog can't be Bingo. It's someone else's dog. So there was no choice but to return the poodle. Now, before leaving, the man mentioned his dog had dug a hole in my garden and apologized. Oh, sorry, yeah, my dog. Oh, this dog was up to no good just now. It was digging a hole in your garden. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, by the way, before I leave, I did notice that my dog dug a hole in your garden, so I'm sorry that my dog did that. And at the insistence of the Colonel and Lillian, we went over and saw a hole exactly where I'd buried Bingo, whose body lay exposed. Uh-oh, this was at the insistence of the Colonel and Lillian. There's a hole in your garden. We have to see that. I insist that we see that. So insistence here is the noun form of the verb to insist. That means you don't take no for an answer. You want that thing, and you're going to do everything to get it.
And there you go. There's Bingo in the hole there. Bingo's body lay exposed. By the way, in this situation, if something has been exposed, it has been uncovered. Before, it was hidden, but now the truth has been revealed, or you can now see this thing. So here, the body of Bingo lay exposed. Everybody could see it. Before, it had been covered with dirt. Now, it's there. It's in the open. It can be seen. It has been exposed.
Yep, lay here is the past tense of the verb to lie. So there's the dog lying in the ground, and it lay exposed there. It looks like Bingo, Lillian cried, and finally I confessed. Yes, I did that. As Lillian walked away, I knew I'd lost her forever. So the moral of the story is about sincerity. If you're insincere with people, they're going to find out, and you just can't fool people. They're not as dumb as you think they are. Never lie to anybody if you kill their beloved pet. Okay, that brings us to the end of our lesson for today. It's time now to listen to our Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文一开始提到科瑞上校对 Bingo 的失踪感到悲痛不已，那这边他用到单字 grieve 表示悲痛悲伤。那我们来学它的相关字根。好， GRIEF 或是拼作 GRIEV，还有 GRAV 这一类的字根呢，有沉重或是严重的意思。像 grave 坟墓，当形容词的时候呢，可以用来描述严重的、严肃的或是表情沉重的。那么名词 grief 它表示哀伤、悲伤，那我们就可以从心情沉重去联想它的意思。好，那这边补充几个有这一类字根的单字。第一个是 aggravate， AGGRAVATE， 它的字首 AG 表示朝向，那么 GRAV 是严重的意思，ATE 是动词字尾。好，朝向更严重的状态应该很容易联想到 aggravate， 它有使什么恶化加剧的意思。第二个补充的是 grievous， GRIEVOUS， 它的字根 GRIEV 表示沉重，OUS 是形容词字尾，合在一起 grievous 表示悲伤的、沉痛的或是非常严重的。如果把字尾 OUS 改成名词字尾 ANCE， 就会得到名词 grievance。 grievance 则是表达委屈、不平或是抱怨。好，那么故事主角他特别找了一只跟 Bingo 长得一模一样的黑贵宾，没想到那只狗真正的主人竟然来把它要回去了。好，课文第3部分写到说 There was no choice but to return the poodle， 别无选择下只好归还那一只贵宾犬了。那这边用到的句型是 There is no choice but to 加原形动词，表达说不得不怎么样，除了什么之外别无选择。好，我们也可以用 have no choice but to 加原形动词，这时候这个 choice 它是不可数名词哦，它是表达选择权或是选择的可能性。那我们还可以用 alternative 或者是 option 来替换它。还有要特别注意 but 在这边它是指除了什么之外，后面是要接不定词。例如 There's no choice but to cancel the trip， 除了取消旅行之外别无选择了。 We had no choice but to take a taxi home， 我们不得不搭计程车回家。好，那顺便补充几个意思相近的句型。第一个是 leave somebody with no choice but to 加原形动词，或者是 leave somebody no choice but to 加上原形动词，然后 choice 可以用 option 来替换。这个句型表示某人除了什么什么之外别无选择，那其中的 with 它可以省略不用。举例来说 The scandal left the politician no option but to resign， 那一则丑闻使那一位政治人物除了请辞下台之外别无选择，他只能这么做了。好，第二个句型是can do nothing but 加原形动词，表示除了什么什么什么都不能做，那这常用来表达无计可施而只能做某事的情况。这个 but 后面是直接接原形动词，像是 We can do nothing but wait， 我们除了等待什么都不能做。好，第三个句型是 be forced to 加原形动词，这表示被迫怎么样怎么样，像是 They were forced to sell their house， 他们被迫卖掉房子，不得不卖掉房子。好，那么以上今天重点整理，我们回顾今天的单字吧。
Grieve. Kelly grieved the loss of her pet cat for weeks. Disappearance. The police are looking into the disappearance of the child. Sincerity. I doubted the sincerity of his words and felt that he was lying to me. Identical. The two paintings are almost identical, so it's hard to tell which is the original. Gratitude. The students showed their gratitude by giving their teacher a gift. Exposed. Their house has many exposed electrical wires, which could cause a fire.
Discussion Starter starts now!
All right, everyone, it's now time for our discussion starter. Hey, Roger.
Yep.
If you were the narrator, what would you have done differently in his situation, and why?
Well, I would have taken another course of action because trying to convince them that another poodle is actually their original poodle isn't going to work. Like I said, you can't pull the wool over people's eyes. They're going to figure it out. So I would have come up with another story. I would have probably mentioned that, yes, it probably ran away or it could have been captured by somebody. Who knows? How about you?
Well, very simply, I would have told the truth, because when you tell the truth, okay, in a situation like this, things will be bad at first, okay, but then they'll begin to get better immediately thereafter, okay? If you lie, things tend to get much, much worse when the truth gets out later on, and then people don't trust you and stuff like that. So bite the bullet in situations like this. Tell the truth, because that's the best course of action. Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But, as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.